Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery here. We get together most weekday mornings, 8 o'clock Central, talk about tips, strategies, techniques, share success stories, and support each of you. Today is Thursday, July 25th, 2024. Don't know if you heard the big news, but they have identified that Trump's attempted assassination was not a single effort by just the gentleman that was killed in the attack. So look for news today about a bigger conspiracy story. You just heard that from the FBI this morning. But today we're going to talk about what do we do when you submit a client in as an affiliate for a free funding proposal. What happens if they don't have any cash offers? So stepping back, let's assume that you're an affiliate. Most of you are. Let's assume that you have a landing page that you're driving your prospects to. Most of you are doing a great job of that. When you, as an affiliate, refer in someone to your free funding proposal landing page, they put in just 4 pieces of information: first name, last name, email, phone number. Then they click the box, they get a text, they have to type yes to that initial text to opt in to communication. And then thereafter, 1 minute thereafter, they're going to receive a link to the application. It's a 1-page short form for the free funding proposal. Top half of the information is business. Bottom half of the information is the business owner, a key person. From that comes back in to our team. Our team runs it. No hard inquiries. We look at over 40 different lenders looking for a match based upon that self-reported data from the application, giving us information about their business on top, business owner on bottom. Now, a lot of people get offers. A lot of people get multiple offers. There's no hard inquiries, as I mentioned. Clients can accept the offers that they want. They can decline those that they don't want. So all that's the same. What we're talking about today is titled here, what do we do with those clients that don't get a cash offer? Because you and I don't know until we try. There's no harm, no foul, but what happens if they come in expecting to get an initial tranche of funding, but they don't qualify for any? Well, now we're going to make it seamless. It's the perfect model. Madison, who's on the Zoom, is our funding coordinator, and she's going to be managing this process. So if you've not reached out to Madison, you'll want to. But let me describe exactly what's going to happen so we're all on the same page. And this is good news. This is great news for clients. Well, I guess it's not great news. So great news is they would fill out the funding proposal and they get hundreds of thousands of dollars of first tranche offers. That's possible, but that's not the norm. Normally, people get some offers. Here, we're going to talk about if they filled out the funding proposal app, no cash offers, here's the new option for them. So what we're going to do is send an email. I know this is for me. This is a test one that we were using getting it set up. But we're going to send an email to the client, the person that you submitted in through your landing page, and it's going to be entitled Client Price Reduction Addendum following up on your funding proposal application you submitted. Now, Madison will also be reaching out to them by phone because maybe they received this email and it doesn't make sense to them. Maybe they received this email, but it goes into spam, what have you. So we'll go through the email, and what Madison will do is call each person, make sure they receive the email, and help them move forward. So again, for those of you just jumping on, today's an important process change, and it's how we're going to help clients who come in through the free funding proposal but don't get any cash offers initially. So this is the email they're going to receive, and of course it would have their name, not mine. This was a test I sent to myself for today's discussion. It says, thank you for submitting a funding proposal. We are offering you this addendum as you didn't yet qualify for any cash offers. So let's stop with that for a moment. You understand, right, the difference between the starting line and the finish line. The finish line is where we work with them to have a fundable business so they get business funding. But of course, when they first sign up, they're not at the finish line. Most people aren't. They're at the starting point, the starting line. So the starting line is based upon that app that they fill out. What do they qualify for? Now, in this case, again, they didn't qualify for anything. So we clarify, you didn't qualify for any cash funding offers. And again, just to reiterate, they don't qualify for any cash funding offers yet. Once we work with them and build a fundable business, then they will, right? That should be obvious. But as of right now, as of when they first enrolled, completed the proposal app, no offers. So the reason that they didn't get the cash offer isn't so important, but it's some combination of their business credibility, which is the top half of the app, and their business and their personal credibility, which is the bottom half, obviously. Because again, we fed it into the system. We have over 40 different lenders, no hard inquiries, looking for a match. If they didn't get a match, they don't qualify for any cash offers yet. Doesn't mean we won't be successful. Doesn't mean we won't get to the finish line. It just means the starting point is different. The starting point for these individuals are not starting with a cash disbursement loan. So we clarify, hey, no worries. We just received a grant. And this grant's referring to the 4-week funding program that we first let you know about on Sunday during the soft launch. And then Monday, we actually went out and formally announced it. So no worries. We just received a grant to help you set up a fundable business and save you money. So we're giving them a link to the price reduction addendum. What that is just a simple one-page agreement, addendum, to what they've already signed. Because when they fill out the funding proposal, they're entering into a contractual relationship, right? We all understand that. So when they fill out the funding proposal, they're entering into what we call the Access to Capital program. And when people do that, then you qualify for 5% of their capital raise. If you're a master affiliate, you get a 2-point override. I think we're all clear with that. So if these people didn't get any cash funding, instead of sticking with the old solution, we're going to offer them a new one. They don't have to take the new one. They can stick with the agreement they're under. But this price reduction addendum, really all it's doing is saying, hey, let's switch over to the 4-week funding program, which we've had several trainings on. Hopefully you're very familiar with it now. Monday of this week, Tuesday of this week, Wednesday of this week, we've had trainings 3 consecutive days on the free 4-week funding program. So hopefully you're familiar with that. So the price reduction addendum is essentially switching them from the funding proposal / access to capital agreement over to the 4-week addendum, 4-week program. So in short, we clarify, it releases you from the prior agreement that you signed, the free funding proposal, access to capital terms and conditions, and saves you money by taking advantage of the grant. So we're giving them the option to opt out of the contract they're under and opt into the 4-week funding program. So again, this will be sent out as needed. So we want to prompt you. If you have any clients that you've introduced in the past that have filled out the funding proposal through your landing page, and if they didn't get any cash offers, we have a new option for them. And so it would mean that Madison, our funding coordinator, would send them this email. And then what would happen is they would get the email, they would fill this out, and it would allow them to switch over. So I guess we'll put that here. So let's go ahead and address your questions, comments, concerns. So any clients that you've submitted in the past that didn't get any cash offers, you can request Madison to send this out and we can switch them over. And of course you get paid off of that. So you're still getting paid, but we're giving the client a more affordable way to move forward. So I apologize if any of you are not very familiar with the 4-week funding program yet. We've trained on that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can go to 4weekfunding.com and learn more about it. But let's go ahead and address the questions that you have. All right, so Paul wants to see the addendum, which is fair enough. So let me pull up the addendum. And I'll put it here on the screen. And let me reshare because I'm not sure if that will populate automatically. So give me just a second and I'll reshare that. So you'll actually see the addendum. There's no strings attached. It's a good deal. Okay, so hopefully you're seeing the addendum now. Can anyone respond in the Q&A? Do you see the addendum now on your screen? It says free funding proposal, access to capital agreement addendum. Yes or no? Does anyone see it? Great. Okay, so here's the addendum. This is the exact addendum that goes to them. So let's read it. So we're all clear. We want happy clients. We're giving them an option. Do they have to do this? No, but it would be to their benefit if they didn't get cash offers. So client price reduction addendum. Business Paralegal Corporation, BPC for short, offers to release client from the free funding proposal access to capital terms and conditions previously signed. And again, that's what happens when they come through your landing page. They get a free funding proposal and they go into the access to capital program. Furthermore, as client didn't receive any cash funding offers based upon the application submitted. So let's pause there. The cash offers that they get are not from us. We're not a lender, but we're taking the information that they give us on that application and we're putting it into the system, and the system is looking for a funding match with no hard inquiries. Most people get multiple offers. Some people don't get any offers. For those people that didn't get any offers, this is what we're going to offer them. So then it goes on. Client can either remain in the free funding proposal access to capital program. So they're not being bumped out. They're not being fired. They can stick with it if they want, but we would encourage them to complete this addendum. And there's 3 conditions. So let's go through the conditions because we want to be very transparent. So we're all on the same page. So how does the client move out of the agreement that they're in? Because they signed an agreement, right? They're under contract for this, and we're offering to let them out and move over to the 4-week funding program. How does that happen? So number 1, the client will need to enroll in the 4-week funding program, and we give them the link. There's a green button on the link. I can show you if you need, but 4weekfunding.com, there's a green button. So they need to do that. Oops. They need to do that in short order if they want to flip over. Now, if they do that, then we agree to reduce the price of the 4-week funding program. So let's talk about pricing, and that goes to Jeanette's question. So the 4-week funding program, it's normally $5,000. We received a grant that covers $4,000 up front and the other $1,000 as a refundable deposit. So hopefully we all already know. So the 4-week funding program cost $5,000. Grant reduces that by $4,000 up front, and then the client pays the other $1,000, which is a refundable deposit. And that's how you're paid out of that, right? So then once the client completes that and goes through funding, then they get the refundable deposit back. So here's the pricing model. So this is saving them money, right? Because what is the refundable deposit for the free funding proposal access to capital? It's $2,500 after their first tranche. Nothing up front, after their first tranche. So by switching over, they're lowering their refundable deposit from $2,500 to $1,000. Now going forward, I think, well, we'll come back to that of who to use this for. So furthermore, BPC, us, agrees to permanently void the client's obligations under. So we're letting them out completely of the first agreement based upon them moving over into the new one. So the free funding proposal is great for people that get cash offers because it puts money in their pocket now. They pay a $2,500 refundable deposit after they get funding. Then we work with them to raise at least $100,000. But it didn't work so well for people that didn't get cash offers. So now we're giving them an option. They can stick with it, and that's fine, or they can pivot over by completing this addendum. So what questions do any of you have? And I'm especially interested in the questions from those of you who have been active affiliates and have in fact referred clients in. to your landing page for a free funding proposal. Because obviously with a free funding proposal, we don't know what the outcome of that will be until they fill it out and we submit it in. But again, this is the third time I've said it. That's just a measure of how much capital they qualify for right now. Once we work with them, we're guaranteeing them at least 100,000, but that means we've created a fundable business. And I think you and I are clear. What does it take to have a fundable business? It doesn't matter how badly you want money or need money. We need a fundable business for business funding. And that's what we provide either through access to capital or through the 4-week funding program. But since we got a grant for the 4-week funding program, it's saving them $4,000 right out of the chute, and then the $1,000 that they are paying is a refundable deposit. All right, so the question is how does this happen? You need to let Madison know or let us know that you have a client that you want to switch over, and then what we'll do is send them that email I just showed you, and they'll receive that email, and it has a link to this. They'll fill this out. It's on an e-signature software, so they don't have to sign it and print it out and fax it or mail it back. So essentially, just let us know any clients that you would like to switch over. Most likely, even without you asking, but it's going to take some time because we've got thousands, maybe tens of thousands of clients that have come through this model, that it's going to take us a while to work through those. But any of those that you want us to prioritize, we can. So again, with the free fund, so you as an affiliate, you have access to two different campaigns. One campaign is the free funding proposal. That's great. No upfront cost. They find out what they qualify for. They get money in their pocket now. There is a refundable deposit, but they pay that after funding. Gets you paid 5 points. Everyone loves it. But where's the kink in the system? The kink in the system is if they fill out the proposal and they don't get any cash offers. So then we can still work with them. We don't fire them. We don't dismiss them. But this is a better option for those that don't get a cash offer. So it's fine. If you want to keep driving people in to your free funding proposal, see what offers they get, that's okay. That's not a bad strategy. I want you to know going forward what we're going to offer them to do, which is to send them this addendum. And then going backwards, anyone that you have out there that have not gotten cash offers, you can let us know and we can certainly offer to pivot them over. It's up to them. So the old contract is voided. They get under the new contract for the 4-week funding program, which you all should be very familiar with. And with that, then they're saving money and they're better off. Okay, who else has questions about this procedural change? Let me pull back up. So, of course, you should know our phone number. If you need to reach us, you can contact us with this phone number. The website for 4weekfunding.com, which we've had 3 days of training. But because of the value proposition of the 4-week funding program, it's incredibly important. So even if you really like rolling clients through the free funding proposal, that gets them offers now. But what if they don't qualify for all that they want, that they need? And that's going to be typically the case, right? That they need our help. So you and I can help them have a fundable business, and we can have them have a fundable business by going through the Access to Capital program or through the greater grant subsidized 4-week funding program. I'd recommend getting everyone that's willing pivoted over to the 4-week funding. Now, we've offered you a free landing page for the 4-week funding. So if you want to lead, I'm sorry, didn't mean to cross it. If you want to lead with it, you can. But I think with this addendum, probably keep doing what you're doing is best. Drive people in for a free funding proposal, because why? There's no cost. They get offers. There's no upfront cost, I should say. And they get offers and they get money now. So I think this further validates the process that many of you are following. It's easy to go to the marketplace with a no upfront cost, $100,000 guarantee offer. I just wanted you to know that we care about all clients, those clients that are not getting a cash funding offer. We have a better solution for them now, and I'm simply showing you procedurally how we'll do that. But again, if you have questions, comments, concerns, you can certainly reach out to us via email or phone. If there's specific clients that you would like us that you have now to offer this addendum to, maybe the most efficient thing would be email us their names so we can get that to them. But if you want to talk, we can talk as well. So great news, nothing bad, doesn't change what you're doing going out to the marketplace. It's just some of the inner workings I wanted you to be aware of, because this really makes it a better option, in my opinion, for clients that are not getting a cash offer. But we don't know who will get a cash offer until they come through it. All right, well, very good. Have a good day. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll see you back tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.